Well, happy Friday, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Weekend Roundup with your three priests. Sounds weird saying you're three priests now.
We three priests.
We three priests of Orientar.
It's better than being the Three Stooges.
This is true. This is true.
We're a both-handed people. It can be both.
Oh, yay.
Both
Kings and Stooges. Yay.
Yeah. So, lot going on and not much going on. It's a combination of it. So our school kids are going to be on spring break this week. So I saw one family already packing the car to get on to Florida. So, folks kind of getting out of Dodge, which is good. A little bit of time away with family. That's always nice. But we also do have a lot of stuff going on. So
sure. Yeah, we have fish fry in stations again tonight. Fish fry from 4 to 7 stations right after. We've also released our first episode of Bother the Father. So submit those questions through the parish website. Look at our answers, see if they match, see how it goes. We enjoy doing that, and it's just another way for us to help you grow in your faith.
Lenten study continues this week. I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be gone for a couple days. So Father Schrader's Lenten study continues on Thursday night from 6:30 to 7:30.
Correct.
And then I'll be back next Tuesday, the 21st, from 10 to 11 a.m. So those will continue for the next 3 weeks. So they've been going very well, I think.
Yeah, great.
Going quite well.
Father Gerber, why don't you tell about the sad news that happens late Saturday night, early Sunday morning?
Oh, say goodbye to the daylight savings time.
No, it is going to be daylight savings.
Is it going to be daylight savings?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
So welcome daylight savings time, and we push our clocks ahead 1 hour, so you lose an hour of sleep. I have sucked 1 hour off of your life. How does this make you feel?
Well, the problem is sometimes people, it messes up their mass attendance.
Yep.
Oh, right.
Instead of getting there early, you're going to get there an hour late. So.
And I will laugh, and it's going to be awesome.
Well, I have the early mass, so I'm going to be angry. But also, we always, as a courtesy, invite you to change your smoke detector batteries. We had one in the rectory going off in the basement.
Yes.
Which kind of is, it'll drive you crazy until you replace them.
Very
I think
much
that's
so.
the point. So
I wondered what that was. I could hear it through the floor. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It was underneath your sitting room. Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Okay. Yeah.
We've got some maintenance coming up in the Adoration Chapel this week. So it's going to be closed from 7 to 9 a.m. on Monday and Tuesday, basically during our morning masses. And then from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., Adoration will be in the church, in the main church. We're doing some work on the HVAC system, getting that completed in the Adoration Chapel. So just something to keep in mind this week. If you come between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m., Adoration will be in the main church. And if you come between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m., we won't have Adoration during those hours. So just something to keep in mind during this week.
Yep,
Monday and
just
Tuesday.
for 2 days.
Yep.
And then this next Saturday, the 25th, there will be a refresher training for all of our liturgical ministers, but also for those who want to start liturgical ministry, and this could be serving, it could be lecturing, hospitality, anything that people do for our worship.
Not serving. I've already got serving taken care of. At least for our school kids. If you're an adult who wants to serve, that would be for you.
And I got the whole new associate thing too, so I don't have to be there for that. Yeah, great.
So make sure and stop by. This is after the 8:30 Mass, so 9 a.m. to about 10. It's just going to be a short refresher. Make sure we're all on the same page for any of the ministries. And like I said, if you're kind of been on the fence, I think I want to do this, didn't know how to get trained, this is a great way to find your way around and know how to offer your gifts in liturgical ministry.
So that'll be Saturday, March 25th for that. We've also got registration for our beloved marriage enrichment series. It's always kind of after our date nights that we offer these small groups to couples who are interested in growing and enriching their marriages. So registration is open. They'll be meeting Sunday mornings starting March 26th from 10 to 11:30 a.m. Child Care Co-op is available as well. You can sign up on the parish website, I believe, or just send Annie Christman an email and she'll get you all set up for that. It's an awesome opportunity.
It's so great that you guys are babysitting. That's marvelous. Love the young adults. That's great.
Yeah, it's awesome. What else we have?
community events. You want to take
Sure.
a couple of these?
Yeah, since I'm legally blind, I gotta.
That's right.
I gotta read closer. And by the way, I'll speak louder into the microphone now on. So I'm sorry I was speaking so quietly. So community events this weekend includes Catholic Women for Christ on Saturday from 8:45 a.m. to 4 p.m. at SLU, which is a great and wonderful high school, the best.
Yep. Father Schneier is speaking at that event.
Is he?
Yeah.
I am giving a talk on confession in the morning. So.
Wow, corrupting people's minds. Good job,
Yep.
Father Schneier. No, that's
Do it all the time.
It's gonna be
It's
wonderful.
what I do best.
It's a great event, so I'm glad you're at that. That's great. And then the Chastity Project with Jason Everett. That event will be Sunday at St. Joseph Parish.
In Manchester.
Thank you. Sunday from 3:30 to 8:30 p.m. Information, of course, is online, but also on Flocknote.
Yeah, it should be a really good event. Jason Everett, of course, is an amazing
Oh my gosh.
Catholic speaker, and anytime that he comes into town, it's a can't miss opportunity. So, especially just to talk about just human sexuality and the many issues that are out there that so many people face nowadays, and just how to address them from a Catholic perspective. So it should be a really, really awesome and informative time.
When I was a high school teacher, I would use his material and had him come in and speak to our high school. It was awesome.
Good.
Yeah, teens responded to it as well. Yeah.
Awesome. Let's see. Any other events? We had a baptism last week. Ariana Rose Therese Deschler, daughter of Claire Deschler. So congratulations to Claire and her daughter Ariana. Had a wonderful time with her and her family last Sunday doing the baptism for her. She's a cute little baby. So beloved daughter of the King now. No deaths or any other celebrations to report.
Right into the readings.
Right into the readings this weekend. Woman at the Well. Gospel.
So good.
Yeah. It's
so good.
It's a favorite. It's definitely a favorite.
Some people say the woman at the well is a deep subject.
Oh my!
You can really dig into it,
There it is.
Kind of
I've been waiting for this moment. I've been here almost a week, and I was like, "Where are all these Father Schrader puns?"
Oh.
I haven't.
How tall is the ledge
Not tall
outside
enough.
of here? Not tall enough. Not tall enough. Not tall enough.
It's just a stream of consciousness.
Oh,
Oh my
goodness.
Check it off your bucket list. So anyway,
Oh, gosh.
what I would say.
I was drinking my coffee.
Sorry.
I'm dying inside.
The problem with kind of the image I'm going to use first of all is we all remember, I think most of us remember, like standard definition television. When HD first came out,
my gosh,
you could have like channel 2 is standard and then 1002 is HD.
Mm-hmm.
And you thought standard was fine until you saw the HD and you're like, whoa, this is so much better. And some of these gospel stories from John and from Luke, the parables and the stories are like Jesus in HD. It's there's all these little details, and as a preacher, it's actually honestly it's overwhelming because the woman at the well, there are so many little things that when you start digging into them, it's like it's overwhelmingly beautiful, touching, and completely impossible to treat in one homily. So the one detail thing I'm going to focus on is hope. That the woman at the well, the story is a story of hope because you have this woman who 5 times she was married, and just any human before their wedding night, there's this great hope, this optimism. This is the person who is going to fulfill me. This is what I've been waiting for. This is my other half. 5 times this woman would have been full of this hope. 5 times that hope was lost. So much so that the 6th man that she was with, that Jesus talks to her about, she didn't even bother to marry at this point. She had kind of given up hope. It was like, this is the best life can be, is this sort of daily going to the well in the middle of the day, shamed, ostracized. She was kind of a joke, honestly, to her community. But for Jesus, she was not a joke. He reached out to her. He became thirsty so that she could give him water, so he could talk about her life. And in the end, she not only has hope, she leaves her bucket at the well, doesn't even care about it anymore, but then she takes that hope that she has just received and she brings in her entire village to Jesus. So I'm just going to kind of focus on this idea of hope and how it spreads, just like how sin and its despair can spread through our lives. Jesus, the hope he gives, can do so even more and do so very beautifully.
Yeah. Anthony, how about you?
Sure. Well, Deacon Ryan Kornstrom will be preaching for me this
Oh,
weekend.
never mind.
Yeah, no, actually, because I was thinking about it as well. Actually, what I preach on, and like you, Father Schrader, it's overwhelming. I love how he says, "Call your husband," and that word would have been Baal, right? It's the same word that's used for their gods, the Samaritan gods. And so not only is he saying, "Call your husband," call your God, and he's been through 5, which is how many gods there were, and he's basically saying, like, not only am I like your spiritual husband, which would have been, this is now 7 days of creation, but also he's saying, like, I want to be your God, I want to be your spiritual groom. And it's at Jacob's well, which is the place of marriages in the Old Testament. So there's so much. But for me, where I was going to go with this was, if I'd be preaching this weekend, I would be focusing on the thirst of the woman and the thirst of Jesus Christ. Because Jesus from the cross says, I thirst. Give me a drink, as well as what he's saying. And so there's this sense of he's consoling her heart. He's comforting her, giving her hope and joy and so forth. What can I in this Lenten season give to console the heart of Jesus? And there's a wonderful book called precisely that, Consoling the Heart of Jesus. And it was really formative for me. Here I'm spilling coffee all over me, so sorry about that earlier. But there's this wonderful reflection in that book where it says, I can console Jesus' heart. I can quench his thirst, especially when I'm at Mass. And for me, that really inspired like how I offer the Mass. So like when I'm lifting up Jesus in the elevation, like one of the things I say, like I try to adore the Lord Jesus, my Lord and my God, or I'm sorry for my sins, or help me to grow. But one of the things after reading that book is I say, Lord, I want to receive all the graces that are rejected by those who do not know you, or whose hearts are distracted or lukewarm, or whatever, those who have turned away.
Sure.
Give those to me. I want to console your heart. And then that way too, as a priest, I can give those to others as well, and help their thirst too. So that's
Sure.
the whole thirst of Jesus and the thirst of the woman. Yeah.
It's kind of like the big lots for God's grace.
I'm being all serious. Big lots, the dollar stores.
Dollar store, all the overstock. All the overstock.
Yeah, I'll take the overstock, Lord.
Sure.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh. That's
I'm going to be kind of talking about a little bit of that, kind of maybe a combination of them that, going back to Adam and Eve, one of the biggest lies that humanity believes, especially in our relationship with God, is somehow that we are not enough for him, or that God is somehow not enough for us. And so what happens is, when we think that if God's plan isn't enough for us, we feel we need to add something to it.
Yeah.
But the problem is, when we add something to it, it actually diminishes it and makes it worse. It's like subtraction by addition. And this woman has, had a lifetime of that. Of trying to add on something to it, only to find it diminished and diminished and diminished. And she's the answer of what happens when we believe that lie, that we're not enough. That she's, certainly having gone through 5 husbands, that's enough to make anyone feel that they are not enough.
Wow.
But what Christ wants to show her is that, no, you are enough for me, and I am also enough for you. And so many people walk around nowadays feeling this way, that they're not enough for God, or that God is somehow not enough for them. And the woman at the well, the way Jesus interacts with her and talks with her, and really heals her heart, to be able to understand that she is enough for God and that God is enough for her, and that changes everything.
There was an amazing talk by Monsignor Shea at the C
Yes,
Conference.
yeah, I'm going to draw heavily from that.
I love that line where he talks about being enough, and like for us men even, it's not just simply the woman too, but it's also the men.
Yeah, it's everybody.
Yeah, we often think that in order for us to receive God's blessing, we have to be fruitful, we have to be productive. I love that line of his. Yeah. But no, God the Father blessed them.
And that fruitfulness comes from God's blessing.
Yeah, so the blessing always comes first. I always love that.
Yeah.
So I think you guys are enough. Seriously, I've had enough.
Thank you.
I've had
Should we hug it out?
Yeah, probably.
You know what? I just want to say, since I'm new here, I just want to go to all the masses this weekend.
Yeah, maybe we have the speaker in the rectory. You can.
Oh, I could.
Yeah.
That's
so
right.
all of them. So.
The speaker in the rectory.
Yeah.
Yes.
So anyway, folks, wherever you are this weekend, hope you're able to make it to Mass, whether you're here in town or away at spring break. We hope you're able to make it to Mass. It's always important to do so. But for those of you that are around, we hope to see you this weekend. Should be an awesome time. And just continuing on with Lent, and look forward to seeing you at Mass this weekend. So,
All right. God bless.
Take care.
Cheers.